there's so many things to see on a Wednesday morning. And oops, I'm trying this samosa. This is supposed to be the best samosa here in India.
Namaste, welcome to the Asia's biggest spice market, Baoli.
Good morning everyone, it's 9:30 in the morning and I'm here outside Hotel Perfect. This is our first full day of tour and we're gonna head to the city and we're gonna go to a mosque and also a Sikh temple. For my first trip to India, I booked a package tour with Intrepid called Indian Getaway for $810 US, offering a wide range of cultural highlights in a relatively short amount of time. It covers the famous Golden Triangle, Delhi, Agra, and Jaipur, and also includes the spiritual city of Varanasi and an overnight stay in a village called Tordi. The package is categorized as basic and does not include meals and optional excursions. There were 50 lovely people in the tour, including our tour leader. This video is not sponsored by Intrepid, nor meant to provide a review of their tour package. So we learned 3 words today, 3 Hindi words. The first one is Namaste, which you can use to say good morning or good evening, but it has a more meaningful meaning to that word. We also learned Chalo, which means let's go. But if you say chalo twice, like chalo chalo, it means go away. It's 10:41 and we've reached Old Delhi and you can see this is a very busy street here in Old Delhi. And today we're gonna be walking towards a very popular mosque. And it's very interesting, you can see the floor is wet because it rained last night, overnight. But it's good that it's not raining anymore. And you can see how crazy it is. The weather this morning is relatively cooler. You can see a lot of street food there. A lot of different shops on either side of the road. And you will hear a lot of honking.
So this is what the chai, which always made out with the water, milk, tea leaf, sugar, and herbs or spices. Spices we only add in a time of winter or in a time of rainy season. Okay, what sort of spices? It's always mixture of black pepper, cardamom, dry ginger. Those all are the spices.
We are still walking and there's so many things to see on a Wednesday morning. And oops, yeah, there's a lot of shops. A lot of shops are still closed and the road is very busy. You can hear a lot of honking and beeping from the rickshaws and the motorbikes. We just arrived here at the mosque. This is the entrance of the mosque. You can see there's stairs leading all the way to the entrance.
So right now we are in front of this building known as a Jama Masjid. Jama means Friday, Masjid means mosque. Okay, this is considered as India's largest or biggest mosque, which can accommodate more than 20,000 people on every Friday. And let's be clear that this is an active mosque.
We just entered this mosque and look at that. It's so beautiful. And towards my right, you can just see the architecture, you can see the domes, and you can see the different materials that they used. And if I turn to my left, there's also a very interesting building there. And in the middle, there seems to be a fountain.
Jama Masjid was constructed on the orders of the Emperor Shah Jahan, a prolific builder whose most famous commission was the Taj Mahal. The mosque is decorated with a lotus flower motif. There are 3 domes in black and white marble strips adorned with gold, and twin minarets framing its great central arch. It took 6 years and 5,000 workers to construct this mosque and was completed in 1656. Ensure that you dress respectfully before attempting to enter and remove your shoes.
It's 12:11 in the afternoon and we are now heading to the Sikh temple, and along the way we will be passing through this what they call the Incredible India Street. He just said that when we reach that street we will know why it's called Incredible India. I'm not sure if this is already the Incredible India Street, but it's a very narrow street and there's so many things happening along this street. There's a lot of honking, a lot of people walking, a lot of street food as well, and just so many things. I'm not sure if you can see the road is actually a bit wet because it rained last night. It's also drizzling right now. And there's just so many things that is going on this road. I'll just put the camera down here so you can see what's up there. So the buildings here are probably like 3-4 floors, and you can just see an entirely different view if you just look up. It's a very busy Wednesday noontime. There's a lot of vendors selling fruits. A lot of vendors selling different stuff actually. I see like jewelry, food, street food, some flowers, even some comb back there. And it's really crazy here. This is a sweet Indian street food.
It's made out with a Sri Durga brand pure ghee. Pure ghee is clarified butter.
Okay.
So it's deep fry in a ghee, then dip in sugar syrup.
Alright.
It became sweet.
It's very hot from where I'm standing. I'm just here standing right next to it. And I really feel the heat coming up from that huge pan. I'm standing here at the end of this Incredible India Street, and that store is called Jalebi Wala, and our tour guide was saying that they sell the best samosas here in New Delhi, so we're gonna try it. Alright, I'm trying this samosa. This is supposed to be the best samosa here in India.
Chutney. Mint chutney.
It has peas inside. I think you can see it. Yeah, this is nice. A little bit on the spicy side. But otherwise, if you're here, just try this one. It's 1:29 in the afternoon and we just finished our tour of Gurdwara Sahib. Gurdwara means a learning place, and Sahib is added as a sign of respect. In this place, they actually can feed up to 20,000 people a day. They serve food twice a day, one for lunch and one for dinner. It was an interesting place to see, and inside we saw people praying. Inside the hall was air conditioned. There were beautiful carpets all over the ground, and there were chanting and praying and a lot of rituals as well. We're gonna go inside. Wow. Whoa. Okay, this is my nephew Andre.
What's up, Bob?
So we're gonna go to the spice market, and this is what they call a rickshaw. Oh, it's actually a manual one. So it's like a bicycle where they attach a cart, and they're manually pedaling. I'll just flip the camera around so you can see. There. Alright, we've reached the spice market and we're going down this rickshaw. That was an interesting ride. It's really nice, but I also pity the rickshaw driver because he was pedaling manually. But I guess it's their job, so it's kind of okay. And you can see how busy this place is. You can see that intersection. And there's just so many people here on a Wednesday afternoon. I have here our tour guide from Intrepid. His name is Dinesh. Say something, Dinesh.
Namaste. Welcome to the Asia's biggest spice market, Baoli.
Yes, and as you can see, there's so many things to do here and a lot of things to see. So this is the spice market, and they just went off shopping. There's so many options here, from Indian spices and even tea. They even sell coffee. It's 2:29 in the afternoon and people just finished shopping their spices and tea. We are still here at the spice market and we were given free 10 minutes to kind of roam around and see what's in here. And it's a very busy place. There's a lot of things to buy for sure. There's a lot of people, a lot of trade being made on a daily basis. Oops. It's really overwhelming. So many things to see and do. I don't know how far this road leads to, but it's a pretty busy street. If you're planning on shopping spices, if you come here, you will be spoiled for choices. There's just so many things to buy. And honestly, I cannot distinguish the difference between the stores. We are still here at the spice market, and our tour guide just said that you can actually buy
Crispy notes, the new one.
Yes. So for as gifts, the Indians love to give crispy notes to the celebrants
On a wedding occasion.
on a wedding occasion.
On a wedding occasion especially.
Alright. It's very similar to the culture in the Philippines. But in the Philippines, you do that usually for Christmas, and you give the kids like crispy notes during Christmas. Okay, I'm back with my nephew on a rickshaw, and we're gonna be heading towards the train station. And after that, we're going back to the hotel. It's already 2:45 in the afternoon. We haven't eaten lunch. It's 6:15 in the evening and we just left the hotel. We're on our way to the train station to catch the 8 p.m. Train going to Varanasi. It was pretty chaotic just loading the luggages in the car. And I think my luggage is up here. My luggage survived. That's my luggage up there. And I was so worried that it's not gonna make it. But it did. So yeah, there.